Oh, remind me to tell you something about yawns later. It's just really funny. Anyway, hi guys. I'm glad we were live when I said that. How's everybody? Today we're going to talk about opposition, hashtag book club with Bay. And I have a lot of things to say, especially when we get to certain parts that are just stupid.
I have a
And
lot to say about the quote unquote climax.
yeah, no, like the non-existent climax, yeah.
It was the most unsatisfying ending ever.
Yeah, and I'm like, somebody just didn't want to write a fight scene. And the other thing, okay, so let me just jump ahead to this because I've read it like a week ago and kind of
Yeah.
read part of it again. But there's a part where, okay, so the aliens have invaded and Demon's gone, and then we deal with that and we get Demon back, and of course it's not without some Demon hates me and oh my god, and now he doesn't hate me and now we have to get out of here. Oh my god. And like whatever. It's just like stupid angst for the sake of it.
Yeah.
But then we go to like this military base. Okay. And
yes, we do.
This general is like, here's what we're doing. We're going to bomb this place to get rid of the Luxon. And then Demon and I keep wanting to call her Alex. Demon and Katie are like, we should do this instead. And instead of going, and instead of the general going, 1, you're 12. 2, you are the single-handedly the reason for the alien invasion in the first place. You don't get to make decisions anymore. Instead of saying that, he's like, yeah.
Sounds good.
Let's do your thing.
Yeah.
Excuse you?
It was it was a thing that shouldn't have thung.
Like, that, no.
And
no.
I'm sorry, also, I highly doubt that the highest ranking officer in the Air Force, was it?
Something like that.
Yes. I highly doubt that he is like the one person who has a Luxon for a son-in-law, and it's like, that's cool. I enjoy that. No.
Right. I mean, like the whole thing was just dumb. Like this is the issue with writing about apocalypses, whatever, and especially with a young adult franchise. Is that one, too much is happening, especially even like with a Luxon. Even for them to be Luxon and hybrids, too much is happening for them to actually be important to the story.
Yeah.
Because nobody. Sorry.
No one in. Let's suspend reality and pretend that the alien thing is a thing, and they come down and they're taking over. An 18-year-old alien and his girlfriend are not key players in this.
No, they're just not. Even if they're the dweebs that started it, if anything, they're just going to get put in timeout until it blows over.
Yeah.
They can't do anything else that's really fucking stupid. Like, that's how that works.
And what's even worse is Luke is running the whole fucking show. He's pubescent. And he's in charge, and he's bossing around everyone.
You know, Jenny has a thing for making kids, like, oddly in charge of stuff.
Like, I mean, I can see Luke more than them playing a role because he's, 50 in mind. But
right, because Origins are crazy smart, so it's less. Yeah. It's a little bit more forgivable.
Yeah, and can we also just? I think we've probably said this before, but how she writes Demon is literally just horny Katie.
Yeah, like his personality isn't any different. They're both like obsessed with each other, and I'm like, at least you guys are equally as nuts.
Like, honestly, when you're with someone for like past like the first 2 weeks or whatever, guess what? You actually are able to have a conversation with them and interact with them without going, oh, she said something smart and look at her ass. Like you're not constantly just admiring the appearance of the other person once you've been in a relationship with them for a while. You're not.
I'm always admiring your appearance.
Don't prove me wrong.
That's different. Our love runs deeper than everything else, so it's fine. No, it's just really stupid because they're constantly just like,
you're plotting for end of the world shit, but you have to take time out every 5 seconds to like be like, and Demon's so hot, and Katie's so dreamy, and now let's do fuck because we're fake married.
The married thing is so fucking dumb. It's like the world is ending. The world is fucking ending.
You're busy.
Right? Like, this is what I keep saying. This is also the other issue with fucking writing about apocalypses when you're not willing to write about an apocalypse. Because you're like, the world is fucking ending. Everybody could die. Let's fuck off and get married. And let's just fuck all day.
Yeah, and like I can think of one situation where like in a book that I've read where you're running for your life type thing, but let's stop and get married first is actually relevant because they need to get married so she can get protection as his wife. Otherwise, she would get left out in the cold. So they do the wedding, so she's protected.
That would make sense, though.
That makes sense. Granted, they go too far and decide to get their hair done and do all that shit. They went too far with it, but the wedding itself wasn't a bad idea. This one was fucking pointless. It was pointless. You were being chased by the United States government.
And by aliens.
Were the aliens looking for them at this stage?
Yes. Yeah, no.
At the wedding?
Everybody was looking. No, just the government. But, like, everybody was looking for them, and they run off to Vegas to get married, and they're like, where'd you go? And they're like, out. I'm rooting.
By the way, we're going to go upstairs and bang for half the day now.
And then they go to get the Aram, and then there's, like, this whole ruse with the leader of the Aram, where the leader of the Aram's like, I'm gonna eat you. And then she's like, I guess. And then he's like, ha ha, I wouldn't do that. And I'm like, you just made me sit through 10 minutes of bullshit. For no fucking reason.
I guess it's to make you aware that he's a sadist, I guess. I mean, the fact that he was sitting on a throne of Luxon skeletons, I think that did that well enough.
Also, Hunter's accent and the way that they read it out is fucking irritating. I'm like, did you not listen to Obsession?
That's it, though. Well, at least in Obsession, Hunter talked with such big pauses in every sentence. Or he's spoken that weird-ass fucking hissing voice.
Which was so dumb. She was like, in his true form, he talked like a snake. So he was always talking like this. And I'm like, it sounded like that on double speed. On fucking double speed. It sounded just like that. And I was like, how are you doing this right now? Oh my God. I can't imagine what it sounds like on 1X, because on 2X, it takes forever.
Yeah. I will say, though, at least Ben Shapiro's Hunter / fucking Sin /
Rob Shapiro?
Did I say Ben?
Yeah.
Too many Shapiros. Rob Shapiro. What's the other one? Law? Is it Law?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bakey Aram. His accents for them weren't as
Well,
Justine is.
Justine's accents for anybody are weird. And you know what? I actually looked her up and started watching videos of her speaking, and she speaks like a fucking normal person. It's like Sandman. If you listen to a live stream of Sandman, he talks like a human being. But if he records it, he's like, "Hi everyone, Sandman here. And today we're going to talk about how women are taking over the world." And I'm like, you are doing that. You don't have to. You clearly don't have to. Why? Why would you do that to your face? I don't understand it. And the other thing was that Justine Eyre was talking in a video about how, I was narrating this audiobook and I was working with this really great director. And gosh, when it like got to like these really emotional parts, it just felt so good to emote and to do this. And like I was laughing so hard. I was like, "You're a fucking idiot. You sound like garbage."
She's not a pleasant person to listen to read stuff.
Especially the male voices. The male voices are the absolute fucking worst. Oh my god. Katie, kitten. I'm like, ugh. Gross.
Yeah.
Mm.
Honestly, as cringy as it is to be in Demon's head, I long for his chapters.
Oh no, I cannot wait till we get to a demon chapter. I'm like, thank fuck. Because Rob Shapiro is just a bad narrator. But the thing that's super weird about every male narrator is that they always sound like they're 50.
They do.
They never sound like they're, 20-something, ever. It's always like they are 50 years old. They have grandchildren.
And that said, there are literally about 5 different male narrators that Rob Shapiro is one of them, where every time I hear one of their voices, I'm like, is this the person that did this book? And then I look them up, I'm like, nope, that was this person who also sounds exactly like Rob Shapiro, who also sounds exactly like this other person. And they need more male, like, honestly, there's only one of them needs to be in this shit.
Honestly.
They need.
Well, yeah, because also, like, when you're reading a YA series with this guy who sounds like he's 50, well, he literally is. He's an old guy. I'm like, this is not the guy. Find somebody who's, like, closer to the age range, because your voice, like, does change as you get older.
Yeah.
And he sounds like he's 60. And I'm like, this 60-year-old is reading about fucking an 18-year-old. That is the reality of the situation. Also,
I'm looking at a picture of him right now.
Yeah.
I can see why he does voice acting.
Their sex is always like earth-shatteringly emotional as well. It's always like, I needed this to remind me that I was whole, and I just wanted to be skin to skin.
You know what? I have had that need for the emotional bonding of sex stuff exactly 3 times in my life. Not 3 times in a fucking day. Every day. It could be because the world's about to end, though. I don't know.
She doesn't no, because it was like that before the world was literally ending. They were still true. Like, I just needed to be with you so that every time I touch you, and I was like, I'm gonna vomit. I'm so gonna vomit. This is disgusting. Oh my god, ew.
That is not a common occurrence. It's not. That is weird.
Well, no, it's pandering. This is something that bothers me about YA, is that is so pandering to the 14-year-olds who are reading this, who think that that's what relationship, like, to think that that's what healthy relationships would look like. And
no, that is highly codependent. You two need to break up because you guys cannot function territory.
Exactly. And this is something it's something that really irritates me about YA.
Yeah.
Because almost all of them do that. There's almost never a healthy relationship in YA. It's always, everything is really profound. They're so obsessed with each other every single time. Yeah. And I'm like, this is not healthy. You two need therapy. Jesus.
Yeah, they never have friends outside of the friends that they need to have, which is usually one of them, like the family of one of them. And that's usually it.
Right. And fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Damn it. Maybe it'll come back to me.
I don't know. We're talking unhealthy relationships that are clingy.
Yeah, I just don't remember what it was. But they're just, it's codependent, and it's like they need to break up and they need to be kept away from each other.
It's toxic.
Because it's
relationships like that don't function.
Yeah, no, it's toxic. And I was gonna say this. Remember how we were doing like the Stone Cold Touch and stuff like that. We were talking about how you go through a number of Roths before you get to a Zane.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, where you go through a number of like things where you're sure that like this is the guy, even though the relationship is insanely toxic, and you just go through a few really toxic relationships, and then you stop being an idiot, and then you find a Zane, and then you're good. Like, that's the other thing about these, especially Jenny books, is that I'm like, this relationship wouldn't last. It can't, because these people cannot function without each other.
Yep.
They need separation.
They do, and and the thing that annoys me with this the most is, not only did she make them codependent, she literally made them disappointed that their lives weren't bound together.
Yeah, because they don't want to live without each other. And I'm like, as much as I don't want to live without Bae, I also don't want to die. So
no, and
because that's not fucking healthy, dude. This is
no, because
healthy.
It's like, I mean, I've heard this is honestly one of the most tragic stories ever. But at the same time, though, it was okay. My friend's grandfather was I think he was in a nursing home, and his wife was in hospital because she was dying, and he was dying, but he wasn't quite there yet. He died a few months later. And his first wife had died as well. And when my friend's grandmother passed away, he was just so devastated, and he was just crying. He was like, my mate, I've lost my mate. Like, he was devastated. And like, so I can understand from that perspective, yes, you don't want to live without the other person, but it's also like he had his family that he didn't want to leave either.
Well, yeah, like you said, sorry.
So yes, I understand you loving someone that you don't want to live without them, but it's also like you have reasons outside of that person to live.
I mean, believe me, I understand. My best friend died. I completely understand not wanting to be without somebody. I mean, probably not to the level of people who've been married for 50 years and don't hate each other, but I completely understand not wanting to do stuff without a person, or being completely disappointed that they're not with you. But I mean, like, I'm also the kind of person who depending on the relationship, I get to the point where I'm ready to chew my arm off to get out of it. Depending. If I feel like I'm being smothered. And that could just be like, even if my mom wants to talk to me for too long one day, I'm like,
can you just stop?
I'm like, can you go away now? I
I
love
know,
you. I
but
love you so much, and I'm gonna hug you because every time I'm like, I don't really want to hug. Faye's like, you need to hug your mother because I have a daughter who won't hug me, and this is the worst. And I'm like, all right, fine. I love my mom, I really do, but I'm also an introvert, and I'm like, I just want people to leave me alone.
I know. I know. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever you're like, Mom wants to hug me and I don't want to, I'm like, I'm Team Mom. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
she's
love you,
like,
but I'm Team Mom on this
she's like,
one.
on every other occasion, I am Team Bay, but I'm Team Bay's mom right now. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's fair enough. And honestly, because you told me that, I've actually gotten a lot better about it.
Yeah. Oh, she's hugged me like multiple times on purpose recently, and I'm just like, oh, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah. I'm like, you know what? You're right. I need to just cut her some slack and do it, even if I don't want to be touched that day. It's important. And I'm like, okay. But yeah, like I don't know how you know what? You know what? This is actually a good example because I'm like, I don't know how you can be that codependent. I was actually in a relationship where the other person was very dependent on me, and it got to where I just did not even want to see them or speak to them.
Yep.
Because what actually happened was, if my best friend from high school and I were hanging out, she would text for me because I was so sick of being texted. And the person I was dating would just freak out if I wasn't texting. It was the lesbian who would just freak the fuck out if I wasn't texting her back constantly. And she was like, "We're soulmates. I just want to talk to you all the fucking time." And I was like, and like my best friend from high school would just take my phone and cycle through responses just to like get her to shut the fuck up. Like
Yeah.
it's horrible because at some point, and I was clingy too at first, but at some point one of you is gonna get sick of it.
Yep.
And it's gonna be
Yeah.
like, so can I have a life now?
Yeah, because it's like at the end of the book, they're planning their actual wedding, and it's like this is going to end in divorce because you guys are doing the stuff without, like you've said, known each other for what, a year and a half.
Yeah,
You just
and
don't.
I get that you went through the apocalypse together, but actually being compatible and working as a team takes a lot more than what you guys have done.
Yeah, I will hand it. I will hand it to Damon in um, this book, though. He actually he actually allowed Kat to do stuff. Like
Yeah,
generally,
that's
it's
the
like,
other thing. Sorry.
like it's generally like, I want to do a thing, and the guy's like, no, and she's like, please, and he's like, no, and she's like, okay, and then as soon as they leave, she sneaks out and does it anyway. She's like, I want to do a thing. He's like, do you have to? And she goes, you know, I have to. He's like, okay, I guess you have to. I don't like it, but I know
Well,
you
and
too
that's
well to know you're not going to listen now.
the other thing is that they're always super controlling
Yeah.
in these books, and I'm like, if I was like, I need to go do a thing, and somebody was like, no, I would be like, bitch, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, you want to get stabbed, don't you? Like, that's just a thing that you want to have happen.
Yeah, the thing that made the most sense in this book was when Dawson was feeling torn about, not going out with them because, that makes sense. It's his brother going out to risk his life to hopefully find his sister and shit
Yeah, exactly.
and stuff. But he's also got his pregnant missus and stuff. So, and Demon's like, no, you need to stay here because if you die, Beth and the baby dies. So you need to stay. So that is literally the one thing that made the most amount of sense in this book.
Yeah, but I found it super bizarre that they were like, oh my God, we're not bound together. That sucks. I'm like, why would that suck?
What made it even worse was Demon being disappointed because guess what? Katie's much weaker than you, Demon. if you were gonna, if you two were linked and you were gonna die, it would be because Katie went and got herself killed and took you with her. You should be happy.
Yeah, like Katie wouldn't really be worried about it because Demon's probably not gonna die. But Katie,
No, because we're told.
Sorry.
We're told in every book that he's like the most powerful Luxon on Earth.
Yeah.
Even though he's done nothing to make me think that.
Katie is 1, a fucking idiot, and 2, a fucking idiot, and 3, a fucking idiot with ambition. So she'll go out and do something stupid. I mean, she's just like Serena, where Demon will be like, hey, this is dangerous, maybe don't. And she's like, fuck that.
Maybe I will.
I'm gonna do it anyway. And I'm like, really, bitch? Like, when you die, you deserve it. So
yeah,
I'm like,
her surviving was the least realistic thing in this book.
Because like Demon, look, 1, she's an idiot. 2, she's a reckless idiot, and she's also weak. She's gonna get herself killed.
Yeah.
And also, I think at some point, if somebody was just that self-destructive, at some point you just go, you know, if you blow yourself up, you blow yourself up, dude. I'm really sick of worrying about you. Yeah. I mean, like, that's why people kind of give up on drug addicts. They're like, I can't, like, put the emotional effort into giving a shit anymore because you don't give a shit. Why should I give a shit? And I'm just like, the relationship is so toxic and gross.
Mm. Yeah, no, like, I've written a couple of people off because I was just in such toxic relationships, and I'm like, this is not healthy for me to be around you. They should have no friends left. Damon and Katie should have 0 friends left.
Well, 1, they're irritating.
Yeah. Oh, because they're also like, and Damon fucking annoys me because he's saying, like, he'll say in front of his sister, I'm gonna go bang Katie now, and then like D so much as like tries to hold Archer's hand, and he's like, "The fuck are you doing, sis?"
And I'm like, you're the same fucking age. You need to chill.
Excuse me, he's a whole 2 minutes and 40 seconds older. Okay? That adds a lifetime of experience.
Oh, yeah, no, totally. It does. And the other thing is that Dee and Archer are in a relationship that makes sense. Sort of. Oh, also, this book is sponsored by fucking Olive Garden. And they're bottomless breadsticks. Now, I don't, like, not mention brand names in my books, but that's because it makes sense. Like, this is in the world, and Honda is a thing. But it's not like the hero worship for fucking Olive Garden, of all things, in this book is ridiculous.
You know,
I'm like,
you
is all right.
Yeah, like you mentioned Honda in the sense of there's my car, it's a Honda. And it's pretty much just left at that.
I'm not like Honda with the heated seats and the however much gas mileage, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, it's so good with bottomless breadsticks. I'm like, Olive Garden breadsticks are okay. It is by far.
And then in the epilogue, right, then it's like, he's like, I also like the, what is it? Soup and sandwich or something. And they just start listing off all of these great things to go to Olive Garden for.
And I'm just like, dude, really? Yeah, and like I reference like brand fashion labels and TV shows, but that's because it's kind of relevant to the characters rather than being like, Gilmore Girls is really good because it has great characterization, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, we should go to, they're like, Archer, really you haven't experienced bottomless crappy breadsticks? Oh my goodness, how good.
And then like he tries to turn it into a cute thing as well. It's like, you can't die, Katie. You have to take me to Olive Garden so I can experience the wonder of the breadsticks. Oh, fuck off.
The breadsticks aren't even worth it, dude.
Honestly, reading this book, like any person that doesn't live in the US that reads this book must be thinking, I have to go to the US yesterday because these breadsticks sound fucking amazing. But now you're telling me that they're not even worth it. And that makes me sad because this book lied to me.
You're right. I went into detail about Zelda, but I can't help it. I'm a nerd. What can I do? What can I do? I can't help it. No, if you're gonna mention brand names, because it makes sense. Like if you want somebody to be immersed in the story, and you're in America, being like, you know, he drove a Chevy, like the Silverado, whatever, like a Chevy pickup. Who cares?
Everyone knows what the fuck a Chevy pickup is. Like, so
Well,
that is actually a really good descriptor.
Because there are some times where it's actually like distracting to do everything you can to not mention a brand name. Like she eats rice, like Rosalie at some point eats Rice Krispies, and if I'm like, she consumed crispy rice pop cereal, you would be like, bitch, just fucking say Rice Krispies, you idiot.
Yeah. Like, because as well, like, it's one of those things as well where it just, sometimes it's just easier to put the brand name in, but when you just harp on about it becomes a theme. A brand should never be a theme.
Yeah, and I'm like, and look, if you're gonna do it for a brand, Olive Garden is not the brand. It's just not that good. Like when you come to the U.S., we aren't going to Olive Garden. I'm not gonna put you through that disappointment because people are like the breadsticks. I'm like, breadsticks taste like soggy garbage.
Yeah, I would prefer limited amazing breadsticks rather than
well, and the other thing is
bottomless.
that they're like bottomless breadsticks. I'm like,
ones.
you mean like every other fucking restaurant on the planet?
Yeah.
You can have as much goddamn bread as you want. Really?
Yeah, I'm guessing at Olive Garden they just keep on bringing it out. You just don't have to ask for it.
They don't.
No?
No.
Then what's the point?
They ask you, they're like, do you want more bread? And you're like, no. But every other restaurant is like, hey, do you want more bread? And you're like, no. I will take you to Macaroni Grill, though, because their bread is to fucking, like, the rest of their food's
I love good bread.
But their bread is to fucking die for. So we're just going to go eat bread and then get, like, a wine and leave.
Nice.
Because their bread is really good. Their food
That's also
is,
really sad. Sorry, I'm guessing the lobster ravioli thing is from the Olive Garden.
Yeah.
The Olive Garden.
The Olive Garden.
I was going to say the Olive Garden thing, and then I just stopped before I said thing.
Oh, tastes like overpowered mac and cheese sauce. Jesus Christ. But
that makes me sad. Lobster should be done well. I like lobster.
Ew, gross.
I don't like the
Olive Garden breadsticks because they have like this weird garlic butter on top of them. And it's just gross.
Red Rooster is definitely, from the sounds of it, much better than Olive Garden. When you come here, you have to have Red Rooster.
Is that like? I'm guessing that's not even Italian though.
Red Rooster, no, it's rotisserie chicken fast food.
Ew.
There's other stuff there.
Okay,
I know, good. But their chips are nice and their chip dip is. Bastard, did you see that Red Rooster have chip dip now? And it is amazing. If you haven't, go try the chip dip. It's $1.
Go to a Mexican restaurant so you can get all the chips and salsa you want. Now I want chips and salsa. Do you guys have Mexican restaurants?
Yes.
I love Mexican. Well, you know what? I don't. That's a lie. But I like Mexican occasionally. Like I have to be in the mood for it, but I like it. Especially like chips and salsa and margaritas. Especially the margarita part. I like margaritas a lot.
Yeah, no, there's a couple of really, really, really nice restaurants right near.
And now I want Macaroni Grill. This is horrible. I'm so fucking hungry. This is terrible. We need to shut up about food.
Okay, book.
There's nothing. I have nothing else to say. Oh, the ending. So they
yes, the climax that didn't happen.
The Aram.
I was like, okay. Sorry. I just need to say before we get to it. I was like, okay, great. The ending's about to happen, and then it's like epilogue. I'm like, what the fuck? How did we get to the epilogue already?
Oh, I want Macaroni Grill bread now. This is horrible. What have I done? Because also like, okay, I shouldn't say this out loud, but they also have like a create your own pasta thing, and I always do like spinach with Alfredo sauce, and it's really fucking good.
I love Alfredo sauce.
I want macaroni grill now. Sad face. Okay, I'm sorry. I need to shut the fuck up about macaroni grill or I'm gonna die. I just really want it now.
Stop bringing up the fucking mattress, okay?
What an entrance. What an entrance. But okay, so the ending, like, the Arabs show up and they're like, we all know where SDA is going. See, this is the thing. We had a macaroni grill close to us and it fucking shut down. So now the closest macaroni grill is like 45 minutes away, and that's why I don't want to fucking talk about it. I can't do any. I want it and I can't. I can't have it. I'm so upset. Why did I bring it up? Why did I bring it up? That's my fault. I fucked up. Fuck the fuck up. Fuck you, Jenny, for making me want food I can't have. Anyway, so the Aram come to fight the Luxon, and they're about to, it's about to be like, it's hammer time. It's time to fuck shit up. And then Katie, like, has a panic attack and runs away and runs to the top of the thing, and she's like, this is like Snowbird. And then it ends. And it goes to the stupid epilogue. The epilogue was fucking dumb. Also,
no, a couple of things happen.
Well, can I just say this real quick? The epilogue is dumb, and I don't like that the baby got named Ashley. Even if Ashley gave her life to protect Bethany, Ashley was a fucking bitch. Like, she's not worthy of being named after.
She maybe at
like a dog.
most a middle name.
Oh, I went dog, you went middle name. I'm like, not even a person.
She can get the third middle name slot.
Yeah, which is non-existent, so.
Some people have multiple middle names. My son has 2. I haven't met anyone with 3 though, so that's fair. But yeah, like pretty much. Okay, so there's 2 villains in this book. There is the leader of the Luxon invasion, which turns out it's an Origin who is just like, the Dodd killed my parents, so now I want all humans to dead.
Right.
And Cat decides to rage quit his life and just shoot him. So that happened.
Which is what she should have done.
I know, but it was just, like, he was like, I'm going to kill you, demon. And then it's just like, bang, he's dead. And they're like, oh, okay, well, that happened.
Yeah.
And then they're having a hug. And then Nancy Usher is like, I'm going to kill you, Cat. And then Demon's like, no, and dives in front of her, and he gets shot. And then Cat kills her as well or something, I think. I can't remember what happens with Nancy.
I don't remember either. And
then Demon almost does it dead, but then he doesn't. And then it's epilogue. And it's like, but the way it was written, it was just like the Nancy Usher bit took literally on double speed all of 2 minutes. Like the final climax should take longer than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, because let's be honest as well, I don't know about you, but for me, I physically read faster than double speed audiobooks. So reading that would have been maybe a minute, and it would have been very disappointing. Like, I don't know how it got to the epilogue. Nothing happened. Like, 2 people died, but it just happened so quick.
Stupid.
Yeah, the epilogue's like, let's all go over for dinner. And then they go over for dinner, and this... Okay, so the epilogue's, what, a year later? Mm-hmm. So Ashley... Well, Bethany was, what, maybe at most 4 months pregnant by the end of the book, at most. I don't even think she was 4 months yet, because she was 3 months at the beginning of the book. So... Yeah, so she was about 3 months pregnant, And then I don't know if Origins have a gestation of humans or Luxon. But this baby is at most 5 months old. And yes, I get the fact that this baby has magical powers. Like, I can deal with the baby levitating shit and everything. I cannot deal with the fact that they're describing how this baby was playing and shit. Because I'm like, babies cannot do the things that you were saying she's doing. Even if she has magical powers, she is not physically capable of doing the things you were saying she's doing right now. She's not. She's too young. You are wrong, Jenny, and you make me sad.
Yeah. Okay, this article is stupid. Hold on.
What article?
I'm tweeting it out.
Okay, I'm gonna have a look-see. Hi everyone. Welcome to Silence with
Here,
Bae.
I'll just describe it. It's like this story about like, oh, this girl works in a movie theater and this guy comes in and she flirts with him and stuff like that, and then she realizes that she has to work to impress him, and then he gets weird about texting, and I'm like, it's time to fucking bail. If you don't bail, that's on you. Because they're like, this is how men are. And I'm like, honestly, the way that you're describing this guy behaving is way too over analytical for a guy. Guys don't act like that unless they're nuts.
Yeah.
And deranged. But anyway, because it's kind of how Demon would act, honestly. And the other thing that I can't get over is that Kat would ever be able to trust Demon after the way that he treats her.
Yeah. It's not very believable.
Because he's not like, look, I can't be around you because you're in danger. Sorry. He's like, fuck off, you stupid bitch. And then yet I'm like, let's get married.
Because, okay, I haven't finished reading Oblivion, but I've read enough to know that him hanging out with her every single time in the first book that he was like, I have to do this because Dee's making me. Dee didn't even fucking know, okay? You made up excuses to hang out with her, but then you were still like, you know what, Kat? Fuck you, bitch. And I'm like, why are you hanging out with her? Why are you, like, why are you inventing reasons to spend time with her just to treat her like shit? Why?
It doesn't make any sense.
No. Because as well, if he reaches, like, peak maturity at fucking 7 or whatever, like, Luxons do, why is he behaving like a YA love interest?
Because codependent relationships are healthy.
He knows better.
Yeah, I don't think... Oh, we forgot to do a rating.
I had the perfect fucking rating, too. Oh! I worked out... Oh, fuck, no.
Day-old breadsticks at Olive Garden.
It is Pepsi.
Oh, yeah.
You think it's going to be... Oh, I just lost my hearing. Fuck.
Oh, God, she's deaf.
Wait, there we go. Got it.
Okay, good.
Talk? Okay, there we go.
Talk and say things. Oh, my God. Did you hear my rating? Day-old breadsticks at Olive Garden.
Actually, the reason I chose Pepsi would actually work well for that as well. And I'll tell you why. It's because you see it and you're like, oh, there's so much potential for this to be good. Like with Pepsi, if you just see a glass of Pepsi, you think it's Coke. And you get all excited. And then you take a sip and it's Pepsi.
Oh, you know how you can tell the difference, though? There's genuinely a difference. And it's kind of like, so Diet Coke doesn't have as many bubbles as Coke does, yeah. And Pepsi's the same way. So if it looks less carbonated, it's either disgusting Coke or Pepsi, which is also disgusting Coke. So I'm saying the same thing. Well, I don't know why people can't tell a fucking difference. There's a difference.
Well, I'll tell you why I can't tell the difference. Want to know why? Because I have avoided Diet Coke and Pepsi like the plague ever since I first tried both of them because they're gross. Every so often, I'll take a sip from a can and be like, I wonder if I like this yet. Nope. So I just don't see enough naked Pepsi to know what it looks like.
Yeah, but I mean, like, people who can't taste the difference is what I meant.
Taste it. Oh, no. Everyone who is like, every single person who I've ever heard say, I can't tell the difference, I'm like, okay.
There's such a big difference.
It's one thing to be a complete autist and prefer Pepsi over Coke. It is another to not even know the difference between the two.
Yeah, I'm like, Pepsi tastes like disgusting Diet Coke, and Diet Coke is disgusting anyway.
Yeah. I've yet to meet someone who pretty much just enjoys Pepsi. Pepsi Max, a lot of people like, but Pepsi, no one likes.
Yeah, I've never been.
I've never like they're lying.
At a restaurant, I'll have a Coke, and then I had the waiter go, "Is Pepsi okay?" and been like, "Yeah." I'm always like, "Nope, sweet tea." Or Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, cherry Dr. Pepper is my favorite. I love cherry because cherry Dr. Pepper, because Dr. Pepper is like a cherry Coke on steroids. So cherry Dr. Pepper is Dr. Pepper on steroids.
Yeah, I can't have it too often because like we have to get it from like the specialty like foreign land candy store thing.
Oh my god! Like you're gonna drink all the Dr. Pepper when you come here.
Oh yeah, I like Dr. Pepper.
It's so good.
Okay, we need a timeout. We need a bop G Prime.
No, like I won't. As long as you can tell the fucking difference and you acknowledge that Pepsi is inferior to Coke, even if you prefer it. It's fine.
Yeah, objectively, Pepsi is inferior.
Also, because like Pepsi is not as fizzy. And like in the UK, they literally call it fizzy drink.
We call it fizzy drink here too.
No, well, I'm gonna make fun of the UK for it, not you guys.
Well, we generally refer to it as soft drink.
Yeah, they call it fizzy drink. Fizzy drink. I'm like, okay, I was up. Somebody kept me up until 3 last night. It wasn't Bae, but somebody kept me up. I'm not gonna name names. But a certain person kept me up until fucking 3 o'clock in the morning last night. And I woke up at 6:30. So I'm like about half dead. I can't drink dark colas anymore. They give me tummy aches.
Is there a black cola?
Yeah, it's Sprite. Sprite is so good. Now I want a Sprite. Fuck, why am I so hungry? Oh my god.
That's not cola though.
But dark cola, I don't know. Was it sexy time at least? If you consider Overwatch sexy, then yes.
Depends on who you're playing with. Oh god. I'm tired. What? Okay, yes, all you need has acknowledged. Oh no, sorry, it was G Prime before saying stuffs. God damn it.
It's alright.
Yeah.
I try not to be mean about people's preferences unless it's Pepsi. Or onions. I'm like, onions are gross. It's never like explicitly stated, but any evil character I write, like their favorite food is onions. And all of the good guys, their least favorite food is onions. I have like a hate boner for onions.
Okay, we're not gonna be letting Stixie cook for you because he loves onions. Like honestly,
sorry. Oh, like I get like grossed out easily, especially when it comes to food, especially seafood and onions. Like if I smell cooked onions or I see them, I can't eat. Like I just can't. I will throw up. Like I'm not kidding. It has happened. It happens every time. I puke if I eat in front of cooked onions and I'm smelling them. I can't do it. And the other thing that drives me nuts is when I'm like, are there onions in this? And they're like, yeah, but don't worry, you won't taste them. They're only there to add flavor.
You mean you won't feel them?
I don't care about fucking feel. I mean, I don't want to fucking feel them either. But if there's onion in something, I will know. I am so sensitive to onion. It is like I will know that there's onion in something. I can fucking tell.
Yep.
It's only there to add flavor. I don't like the flavor, you idiot.
One thing I fucking hate is when one of my favorite foods is potato bake. And I don't care if it's cheesy potato bake with sour cream, whatever. I don't care. I love potato bake. And I hate it when I go to a function and there's potato bake and, I put it on my plate and then there's onion in it. I'm like, why? Why the fuck is that? Because you can't even take the onion out because guess what? That flavor has spread the whole way through.
Exactly. I'm like, I can taste it. It's there to add flavor. I can fucking taste it. I don't want to taste onion. Okay, I'm sorry. This drives me nuts. What's worse, onion or mayo? Onions or... I'm so fucking tired. Onions or mayo? Onions by far. Mayo, I can eat deviled eggs. They're good. But
I love deviled eggs.
I really like them. But onion, I cannot stand onion. I don't want to see you eat onion. I don't want to fucking smell it. Like, no. People know that they can't.
We're not letting Stixie cook you food.
Yeah, well, people know that they can't eat onion or seafood around me, and it's just a thing. Like, if you're gonna spend time with me, and you want onions or seafood, you go by yourself, and you brush your teeth and bathe before you come anywhere the fuck near me.
Do you even eat? So you don't even eat sushi?
Sushi, I don't consider seafood. For me, it's lobster is the worst one. Lobster where I can see the shell grosses me out so much.
Yeah. So so the more shell the fish becomes, you're more against it.
Yeah. If it's a fish, I'm okay. Even if it's a crab cake or a stuffed clam. Baked clams, I don't know why. I hate seafood and I hate the way it smells, but baked clams, I mean, I would suck a hobo's dick for baked clams, but good baked clams. But it's really lobster. If I have to see somebody eat lobster, I will puke. And I'm not that's not an exaggeration either. Onions and lobster will make me puke. They will. I don't know. I'm just.
Is it the shell of the lobster, or is it the taste of lobster?
It's the shell. Looking at the shell will make me throw up.
So if I was to eat lobster, but it had been deshelled,
as long as it's cut up and it doesn't look like lobster, and it doesn't look like the animal, I can't look at the animal without gagging.
Okay.
I don't know why. And it's not an exaggeration.
You must hate the idea of a spit roast that has a whole pig that still has its head and everything.
You know what? That doesn't bother me. It's because a lobster is an arthropod and it looks like a bug. It's a sea bug.
Oh, that's fair.
That's why. It is so I can't look at it. I can't look at crabs. I'm okay with. It's not great, but I can deal. Lobster is just an absolute no. I can't fucking deal. I can't. I will puke.
You know what's fun with crabs? This sounds. Actually, no, it's dead and it's cooked, so it's not too morbid. But my pop used to go when my grandparents would go away. My pop would put out crab nets and stuff, so then he'd get the crabs and dead them and then do the cook and stuff. And I wouldn't eat it, but once it's all cut up and everything, there is a tendon that's still in the claw that if you pull it, it makes the claw open and shut. And it's fun. I used to sit there and just
see, that's what grosses me out. Mac Batcher said that's the same reason I can't eat chicken off the bone. So I'll eat chicken wings if it's covered in some kind of sauce, but I will only eat the skin because I don't want the meat. That's why I don't like eating meat, especially chicken. For whatever reason, ribs don't bother me. But especially chicken, because I know I'm eating a corpse and it looks like a corpse and there are tendons and it just grosses me out.
What about chicken breast?
No. I mean, also chicken is gross.
Tendy.
But the idea, because like I also
How
don't
dare
want,
you.
there's also a chance of me getting something that's not just straight up meat, like a tiny piece of cartilage or something. And I don't know, like food makes me I'm really sensitive to food. And like I think it's because I have a really sensitive nose. Like people who even wear like perfume, if I smell perfume or cologne, I have a headache for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
It takes like one whiff of it and like I'm done. So I think I just have a really sensitive nose, and also the medications that I'm on
Yeah.
make me pretty sensitive to food, so it just kind of exaggerates the problem.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that's also why I like bland food, and like I'm more likely to order off a kid's menu than anything else.
There's a restaurant near us that has like, you know, like kids eat free thing. Like you actually have to be a kid. Sorry. But kids eat free thing every Monday and Tuesday, and their kids menu is amazing because most restaurants out here, the kids menu is like a cheeseburger or nuggets with chips, and that's it. Like those are your two choices. This one has ribs. It's got fucking everything. It's just like a mini version of like half of their actual menu.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm stoked because I'm like, excellent. I can get the kids addicted to ribs for free, and this is amazing.
Yeah, I actually do like ribs. But I have to be in a
ribs.
certain mood, and because I don't eat meat that often, usually eating meat makes me a little bit sick.
Yeah.
Because I rarely eat it, and when I eat it, it's like ground beef, maybe.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, I've always been like that, where I'm just really sensitive to food, and I just, like, if anything smells slightly off.
You know why why you probably don't mind ribs too much? It's because they're slow cooked, so the meat is so tender it just falls apart, so you don't get any of that weird meaty texture that you don't
And
like.
also, I fucking love barbecue sauce. Fries and barbecue sauce. Oh my god, I can't. It's so good.
I love so many different like rib sauce stuff. It's so good.
Yeah, like, and I tend to also prefer things that just have like one flavor, which is why I don't like fancy food. Like when we go to a fancy restaurant, I'm like, do they have fries? Excellent.
I'm so excited that you're going to be coming in winter. Because some of my favorite foods, I just feel eating in summer because they're hot and it's gross. Like I love potato bake, but I can't really eat it in summer because it's too hot for potato bake.
What is potato bake? What does that mean?
Hopefully,
yeah. Potato bake.
Pretty much just sliced potatoes cooked in cream with cheese on top.
Oh, potatoes au gratin.
Huh?
We call it potatoes au gratin.
Ah, well, yeah, that.
It is really fucking good. So good. I will eat that because it's just like potatoes and cheese, and I can deal with that.
Yeah, I sometimes do it with like half and half, like cream and sour cream as the cream mix, and that makes it a little bit nice too. But I also like sweet potato bake, but I never make that because Stixie hates sweet potatoes.
How can you hate sweet potatoes? I like sweet potatoes.
Honestly, he will eat literally anything except pumpkin and sweet potato.
Yeah, excellent SDA will be cheap to feed while she's here. I am incredibly cheap to feed. It's very easy to feed me. Because there's like a list of 10 things
I can take you to the pub that's near me that does the best cheesy bacon ranch fries.
Yes, please.
Ever.
Oh my god, I will love you forever. Like, cheese fries make me happy.
It's cheese fries with ranch is the best thing.
Ranch on
I've
fries
ever put in my mouth.
Is the best. It's so good.
Yes.
Cheese fries with ranch is just like the fucking bomb. Oh, there's this restaurant that we're gonna go to today, just because it's in the city that we go see to a movie. Because we drive pretty far, not pretty far. I mean, it's the same distance as the other movie theaters, but it's a really nice and brand new movie theater. and we'll go to
Yep.
this restaurant and they have the best Caesar salad and the best cheese fries, and I'm so excited. Every day I'm like, one, I like this movie theater better, but also I'm so excited to go to this restaurant because it just makes my day. Because no, like seriously, their Caesar salad, like I would, I don't know, I would, I would steal a Walker from an old lady for their Caesar salads.
Would you move a jar of mayo in the fridge for it?
No. I'll
Is
just
there
pay
any
for
food?
it.
Is there any food that you would move a jar of mayo for?
No.
That's another thing. Like he's joking, and I will make sure that it remains a joke and not an actual thing that happens. But Stixie's like, okay, well, when she comes, we're actually gonna like create a food jail in the fridge by buying multiple jars of mayo and just putting all of the food behind a wall of mayonnaise.
Honestly, if you did that, I'd be like, Bae, and you'd be like, what? And I'd be like, can you move the mayo?
Yeah, and because mayo doesn't need to be refrigerated until it's opened. He was joking about doing that in the cupboards too.
That's not funny. Like, I will not be able to eat anything because I'll have to get, like, literally, if the jar of mayo is, like, in the way of something, somebody has to come get it.
Well, we have one of those grippy claw things.
I would do that. I would be like...
Yeah, we had to get one because someone kept on throwing her dummies behind the cot, and my arms don't reach that far, so we had to get a grippy, sticky thing.
Yeah, we've just been taught. We're like, welcome to Book Club with Bae, food edition.
Jenny brought up. She spent half this book talking about breadsticks.
And I'm so hungry. We need to stop. I can't.
I really want potato bake now. I'm sad.
I want potato bake. I want movie theater popcorn. I want.
Do you like pea and ham soup?
What?
Do you like pea and ham soup?
What?
Pea and ham soup.
I don't like hams and I don't like peas.
My dad hates hot ham and he hates peas, but he loves pea and ham soup. It's yummy. I will give you you can try it when you're here, and if you don't like it, I won't make you eat it. And I'll actually be glad if you don't like it.
I don't want to try it.
You have to try it.
No, I don't.
If I make you pea and ham soup, the least you can do is have 1 teaspoon of it.
I'm just saying, like, okay, the other thing that people like doing is giving me food, because when I try it, I make, like, really funny ill faces. Like, I'm just like...
Vegemite's gonna be fun.
I really don't want to do that.
I know, but guess what, though? Everyone has voted, and you lost. You were going to be...
Are we going to live stream Vegemite?
We can live stream or at least film or live stream, either one, you trying Vegemite. And you've got 2 choices. You can do it the pleasant way, where I make you toast that's really buttery with just the lightest scraping of Vegemite. Because, you know, that's the perfect way to try it for the first time. Or Stixie can hold you down and shove a spoonful of it in your mouth. Those are your options. You're trying it either way.
I'll do it the nice way. No, but I feel like we should film
nice
it because I don't want to risk it being grainy. I really want people to fully appreciate it when I go.
What if you like it? What if deep down in your bones you are an Australian? What if in your bones you are an Australian?
The likelihood of me liking any given food, if it's not cheese or fries, is so low. I can't even.
You've never had anything that tastes like Vegemite. You could
I'm
love
just
it.
saying.
It's doubtful, but you could. You could.
I don't want you to get your hopes up. Option 2 needs to be live streamed. No, because I know that they'll do it. Like, she's not fucking kidding. They will hold me down and
you know what?
Vegemite.
You know what though? We might have to do it towards the end of your visit because so far 3 of us in this house have it really thick. And if you don't like it, you're going to be horrified when we're all sitting around the table having Vegemite toast.
You know what? We're talking about how we don't want to be like how like codependence is terrible, but I have a feeling that like when it comes time for me to go home, we're just gonna be like,
no,
this is the worst day ever.
You know what? That's different. That's different because it'll be a long time before we see each other again. Demon and Cat get upset when one of them has to pee.
Like, that's true though. No, like honestly, that's gonna super duper suck because it's gonna almost feel like a tease, and then it's like right, bye forever almost for like at least another year or something. We're just gonna be like, no.
You know what though? The other day, guess what sentence he uttered the other day? Guess. He said, "If we move to America." If.
That's better because, like, I swear, everybody, that's better because we're not moving to America.
Yeah.
Why would you want to do that?
And honestly, guess what I did yesterday? Guess what I did? I'll tell you what I did. I said to him, guess what's happening in Bayville? And he's like, what's happening in Bayville? I'm like, it's snowing. We don't get snow where we live. We've never woken up to snow, have we?
I mean, like, that's not a good reason to move to Atlanta. Which, by the way, is where you're moving, I insist.
It would be.
Good.
Actually, it would probably be approximately the same distance from the city of Atlanta as to where I live from Sydney, give or take. Yeah.
Which is about where I live.
Oh my god, what a coincidence. Who would have
guessed? Like, I don't know, like, how we come up with this stuff. Like, it's like we're connected. Honestly, though, we are, like, cosmically connected because anytime, like, you're having a bad day, I'm having a bad day. Like, anytime you're having a really good day, I'm having a really good day. Anytime you're sick, I'm sick.
I'm so glad you didn't break your thumb.
Me too. I was worried. I was like, my thumb is fucked.
And excuse you, Jack Cochran.
God, we're both very tired.
Atlanta is the bestest of the best places to move to because there are peeps there that I am fond of.
Mainly me. I mean, Poisoning the Well is here too, and so is that guy T, but mainly me.
Yeah, pretty much. They're right. You're awesome. Oh.
Magbat, you just moved here too. God, like, don't be so dramatic. Oh. Just like put your life on hold and move to America. Done.
They have freedom of speech there.
There are outlying cities and towns. Atlanta's a dump. Well, yeah, she's moving to me.
I'm moving to the suburbs. I'm not moving to the city.
Like, I say that I live in Atlanta, but I don't live in Atlanta.
The same way that I live in Sydney, but I don't actually... Like, I live... Seriously, you drive 5 minutes away from my house and you are no longer in Sydney. That's how far away from the city I live.
Yeah, like, I live... Well, I'm not going to go into detail, but I don't live in the city. But people say that they live in Atlanta.
You live in the greater Atlanta region.
Yeah, you live in the metro... I live in the metro Atlanta area, which is like half the fucking state.
I've been doing so much freaking research into your state. Not
Oh,
in a
good.
creepy way. My character in my book lives like on the Georgia, North Carolina border.
Yeah, I live, like I said, I'm not, I need to like stop giving out information about where I live. But the Metro Atlanta area, yeah, I live in the Metro Atlanta area.
You live in a nice area. And the houses
The
are
exact
so
area I
pretty.
live in is all right. It's not nice.
There's pretty houses, and that's what's
There are a lot
important
of
to
pretty
me.
houses.
You've seen how ugly the houses in my suburb are. And that's pretty par for the course for most of year. I just want a craftsman. That's all I want. Is that too much to ask?
I don't think we have a lot of craftsman houses where we live, though.
I've seen a few. I've been looking up. I'm like, I wonder how much houses there. Guess what? I can buy a 4-bedroom craftsman house with an ensuite on every bedroom, relatively close to like maybe at most a suburb away, for less than what I pay in, and the mortgage repayments would be less than what I pay in rent.
That's ridiculous.
It is gross.
Yeah, our cost of living is relatively low compared to other Western countries.
Yes. Like, honestly, we would save so much money just on the decrease in cost of Red Bull alone. We drink a lot of Red Bull. And they're like half the price.
Okay, I really need to go to bed.
You're going to have a stroke when you see how much money you have to spend when you come.
Oh, I know I will, because my mom went to Melbourne. See, I don't like saying it because to me it sounds like I'm trying to do an Aussie accent and failing miserably. Melbourne, because Melbourne is Melbourne in an Australian accent.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to say it like that. But she went to the place and
the place of Mel
and Born. And she was like, everything's expensive. You can't smoke anywhere. Like, it's just nuts. And I was like, wow. And I didn't know this about you guys, but apparently, like, there are times where they just stop traffic to do random DUI checks.
Yeah.
That's bananas. They don't do that here. Ever.
Really?
Yeah, no, never.
Yeah,
unless you're like, you have to have a reason to pull somebody over here.
Yeah, no, any cop that pulls you over can do a breath test, but yeah, every so often, especially coming out of the city on a Friday or Saturday night, or any main thoroughfare to, like away from like a major drinking place. Yeah, they'll occasionally just be an RBT, and not every car has to stop, more or less. They've got enough space for about 5 cars, and they check them, and then they wave them through, and other cars are driving past, and then as soon as there's a space open, they wave another car in.
Yeah. All right. I think we're gonna leave it there because, like I said, somebody kept me up until
You're tired. I'm tired, and this has devolved so far.
And this is not like this is Food Club with Bay. I'm changing the title of the stream. It's gonna be Opposition Food Club with Bay. Did she have an adventure, SDA? The movie version could be the Melbourne Identity. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for being so involved in the conversation about food. I appreciate all of you, even those of you who like Pepsi. Great. Thank you so much for being up at this hour to watch us talk about fries and how good ranch dressing is. We really appreciate it. And we will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.